Hi, welcome to NirWorld. Here we are going to learn iOS development. We'll develop a small app for Hello World where we'll learn how to use the labels and some basics of Xcode. Xcode is the software platform where we can develop any of the apps for iOS. So here we have three options. If you launch Once you launch the Xcode, the options are create a new Xcode project, clone an existing project, and open a project or file. So this option here we'll select create a new Xcode project and we'll create a Hello World app. Here we can name our app as a Hello World. We'll select the theme, then we'll put the bundle organization identifier, which can also be termed as a bundle identifier once here. Here we'll select the interface as a storyboard. We have other options, but we'll see this later. This will be by default the UI kit app delegate lifecycle. We'll select the language Swift as our base language and we'll leave it as it is. We'll then after we'll click next button. Once you click the next button, it will ask which folder destination we want to store our project on. We'll select our desktop or any location we want. Then after we'll click on the create button. Once you click on the create button, it will create a project. Here we have different interface options where we can do our work, like this specify our app name or the target name. This specify which device we are willing to test our app on. We'll select our iPhone 12 Pro Max for now. Then after this button here will help us to run our app. Okay, so this is our beautiful app that can be used to show a simple message hello world to your users. Once we have it, we have different targets over here and we have the project options. So in the project option, we can select our deployment targets, which specify which version of iOS we are developing the apps for. Then we have the options to the build settings. Then we have options to attach some Swift packages. Under the info sections, we have other options as well for configuring our app, like for debug what configurations we want, for release what configurations we want. These configurations we'll see in the coming days once we'll be based along with the basics and some expertise in there. We'll also have the options for which options we want to develop the apps for, like the debug version or the release version. Then after we have the options to localization, like if we are developing our apps for multiple options, then we can select like which language we are developing our apps for. Then so basically we'll be focusing on English language for now. We'll see this how this localization works. Then after we have app targets, which is the same as the app for now. We'll see this how we can attach some more targets in coming days. Here we have different options like bundle identifier, which we usually change to the lowercase, that is as per the trends. Then we have the options of versions, which we used to keep with the 3 digits, and the build number, which is same as the version number but with some extra digits that specify which number of build we are going to publish. Here we are having some deployment info, like what is the deployment info means. It is the platform specifier, like for which platform we are developing our apps for. It can be iPhone, it can be iPad, it can be Mac. Let's focus on iPhone and iPad for now. We have the main interface, like after the splash screen, which screen will be the first, this UI will be the first that will be shown to the end users. We have different orientation options we can select for, and we'll leave it as default as it is. The status bar styles, we'll leave it as a default as it is. We won't touch these options for now. We'll say this in coming videos. and we have some app icon and launch screens. So these app icons can be selected from this place. Here we have the option where we need to specify all sorts of app icon which is required in order to develop, in order to deploy app to the App Store. And the same app icon will be displayed on the device as a launch icon too. Okay, so that is how the project has been created with the default settings. We have some signing in capabilities we'll see in coming days. We have some resource tag, info tags, build settings, and build phases, build rules. We'll see this one by one and as we will require them to change. Let's focus on our the very first motto is to develop an app that will show a hello world to the end user. Okay, so what we'll do is we need to check on the launch screen, which is as default as it is. We won't touch this for now. Then we'll have the main storyboard, which is the first screen as per our configuration to be displayed to the end user. Yeah, so here we have it. Now when you see this whole Xcode window, we have some of the listing of the files here. So this is called as navigation area. Okay, so in this navigation area we can select our UI or any of the file that we want to see. Then after, as soon as we select the main.storyboard, we are on the editor area. So this is the storyboard where we specify, you see this arrow is the indicator that this is the first screen on this storyboard that will be launched. Okay, so here we need to attach one of the label. Okay, that will say hello world. So when you click on this plus icon, select on the label option here and just do a little drag here and place it here. Okay, as soon as you do that, it will do its loading thing and all everything and will say hello world. Okay, this is our label. Now what we need is to, you see it's a little bit like unadjusted, it's not looking cool. So what we need to do is to set some constraints. What are the constraints? Constraints are the conditions based on which the UI will be placed on the screen on its own. Like, I'm sure you like when you're designing any of the screen, you need to put the details like on which area of the screen you want to place that UI controls, right? So here we need to place our constraint. Now, how will you do that? Is this whole screen is a, consider this as a geometrical graph. Okay, now once you consider that, this is the option here. Okay, this option, this says add new constraint. As soon as you do that, click on this, it will ask you how much distance you want in pixels from the point. Sorry, not in pixels, it's a point. We measure the height, width, left, right in terms of points here. Okay, so how many points you want the distance from the top, left, right, bottom. Okay, so we'll say from the top we don't want any specification, but from the left we want, from the right we want how much, from the left let's say we want 10 and from the right we want 10. Okay, then we have to say it to be, so see this is placed on the left and right, but it is still giving some error. What is the error is need constraints for y position, right? Missing constraint. So how will you do that is we'll do that here. So we'll select this and then we'll select the alignment option. When you click on this, it will ask you what alignment you want. We want it to be vertically centered in the container. Okay, so as soon as you do that, it will be placed in the vertically contained center and this error is also gone. Okay, we'll save it, command save. That's it for now. Okay, now you see this text is right in the left, so what we need is to place it in the center. So you set to do that, what we need is to select this option, I mean this label. Then this is our attribute selection area. Okay, in this area we can specify different attributes to UI control. In this case it's a label, so we'll set the alignment of the text as the center. Okay, so as soon as you select the center, it will be center, it will select right, it will be right, it will be justified. If you have more text, it will be justified itself. If you select left, it will be left. So our current target is center. Okay. Now the text is in center, but it's still small, right? So we need some formatting for the fonts as well. Let's do that. We'll select this here and we'll select this option here, up and down arrow. See, once you select up, it will increase its font size. Once you select down, it will decrease its font size. Okay, so let's make it to 22. Oh, that's it. Okay, 24. No, let's make it 22. That's it. That looks perfect. We can also change the color of the text. So if you want, you can change it to some beautiful color. Just mean, okay. This now there is a catch. You know, light on light color won't look much good. So this, for some people it will be difficult to view. When we are designing the app, we have to think some of the medical terms as well. For example, if you see the Facebook I am using as a reference for this, it won't find any of the red color in its UI. Why so? Because the, there are people who cannot distinguish between red and black. So we call them the color blind people. But we want to develop the app which can suit for everyone. So we have to be very careful when we are selecting the app colors, I mean the UI colors. Okay, so that is the first tip of the app development, that when you're developing the app, you need to care about two things. One is the data handling part, second is the color combinations that we are selecting. Okay, so here we go. This looks well and nice. Now it's done. So this is our first screen we designed with a message hello world. Okay, or let's do something good one. Hello NirWorld. My channel name is NirWorld, so let's keep it hello from NirWorld. Okay, you keep your name, you're well and good. Okay, so this is how our first level works. Now we need to test whether it's actually working or not. So to test, we need to run it onto the device. Sorry, I don't have any device. So what we'll do, don't worry, Apple has provided a solution called as simulator. The simulator is a software version of your iPhone device having a limited capability where you can test for the UI, you can test for the some of the term, like some of the like usual apps like gallery, mail, message, calls, something like that. You can test it to the simulator device. So once you click on this button, it will run the app into the simulator that you have selected over here. Okay, this is the different devices simulator that you can use and develop the apps for. Okay, so once you do that, we'll see whether it's launched or not. Yeah, yes. Once you are here, you will see it will take some time to load and will launch the app immediately. Launch it. Okay, yeah, so this is our first app, the hello from NirWorld label. Okay, so this is how we have to develop our UI components of the UI user interface. Let's focus on this and try to add as many UI controls as you want into your form and see if you can do that using the constraint. Place them in the correct place and see if you are able to do that or not. If you are having trouble, feel free to comment and place your questions. You can also send me your comment at or your questions at kamal.neerajb kamal.neerajb@gmail.com. post your queries. Okay, that's all for today, guys. Have a good time. Thank you.